Today is July 27th, 23. Yesterday, I was in Walmart. People came in. We all know they left her up there to die. The FBI cannot leave you somewhere to die. Failure to protect is abuse and misconduct. They swear their lives over the Constitution and for every U.S. citizen that they will protect against foreign and domestic terrorism. They are higher cops. They're federal police officers. They can't leave you to die no matter what. And they did. Okay? You do realize where that lady showed up on July 21st, 23 in Hartville. It's disgusting what's going on. I looked her up. She is an informant. She has owed that money from before and the rest of her life for working this case. It makes my stomach turn that she's out cleaning houses to make ends meet when she's owed that money. And of course, they can't stop that money from coming in. And they weren't still allowed to stop it from before. And it's due to her for the rest of her life. And it's on a recorded line. An agent acknowledging that he knew what they were doing to her before, and he didn't arrest them the first day. Some woman's running around lying to everybody that they had a right in her home. They didn't have a right in her home before, or anybody else's home before. And that agent, we found out, knew she was being drugged, beaten, raped, and he still didn't arrest him. And he's let people get killed, and he's still not stopped this. Okay? Now, other people were talking. They may owe her that money. Duh, they owe that money to me. You do realize on a recorded line, when I called that agent back after that guy told on me the night before at the church, and the church people were talking about, he knows she's being drugged, beaten, raped, and he said he didn't care. Then he fell for a Vega scam where Strange made it up so Dave could cheat in front of everybody. And Vega needs to be ashamed of himself. Ashamed. Using his family's tragedy to further those people into killing people and selling children into sex slaves. He needs to be ashamed and arrested. And they've already mocked FBI Agent John, June 7th, 23. FBI Agent John fell for the stunt of the tapes before. Oh, come on now. It was only a stunt. That FBI agent actually fell for stunts of tapes before? You're kidding. It was only a stunt. You mean John actually fell for it? Oh, come on. That FBI Agent John fell for stunts of tapes before. Is that actually what's going on? Ha 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 ha! Is that why they got away with it? Because FBI Agent John fell for the stunt of the tapes before. You're kidding. Oh, the girls were talking about it too. Walking around in Walmart yesterday, they found a tape of them mocking them for falling for it. June 7th, 23, Walmart 62 by the front bathroom. Say tape and audio. Lighthouse Tabernacle, Katie's sister. Mocking the agent they fooled. He knew better. No one's allowed in your home. It's called entrapment. It's the Fourth Amendment over the in the Constitution. It's over your house. Your home can't be violated. The right of the people to be safe and secure within your own person. Your places, your homes, your papers, and effects against all unreasonable searches or seizures shall not be violated. What part of shall not be violated you didn't understand? No searches, no seizures without probable cause warranted with an oath or affirmation of the people, places, or things to be searched or seized. Police and agencies can only be in a home under a threat of life with statement. Not Michelle starting to date Dave. Hi, Daddy. This is my new boyfriend, Dave. Will you stalk his wife? Sure, baby. Oh, my God. His wife had sex with her husband. Get your drug friends to go in there and drug her up and tell her she's a weirdo and beat and rape her so she don't know. And I wake up with bruises, throwing up, heart racing, and a severe personal infection. That's how not funny it is and seen by Altman family physicians. all summer long for it. I didn't know what was wrong with me. Oh my God, that wife had sex with my boyfriend again. Photoshop that shower scene to make her look weird and crazy. Yes, baby. So some psycho bitch, and I mean psycho bitch, where that church already tried to have me killed so Dave could date whoever he wanted and get everything. The 4 attempts. The following him around, the attempt to break into where there's a security system was. The attempted kidnapping, and then the attempted carjacking, and Dave left to Dixie, my other daughter-in-law, that he knew what was happening and left me. That didn't work, and he hits me with a board in the face, and he goes off, and he runs off to the store, meets Michelle, dates her on a scam, and then, since she's a psycho bitch, has her dad and drug friend stalk me. And then drug me up, beat and rape me, leave me covered with bruises, throwing up, heart racing, almost passing out, and then a severe personal infection. And I'm seen by Altman family physicians, and they're like, did you fall? And I'm like, no, I don't know where all these bruises came from. And then I have a personal infection so bad that I'm so swollen that I can't hardly even go to the bathroom. I'm on pills and creams all summer long. And here I'm being drugged, beat, and raped, and drugged up and told to say stuff with amnesia drugs. And they photoshopped that shower scene and laughed that agent fell for it. He's trained not to. And then that's where it comes to the point where he told those people, where I had called the FBI hotline on September 23rd, 18. The next day I couldn't even wake up. They had me so drugged up, and the phone's ringing. Let it go to the voicemail. Wake up later, listen to it. This is Agent so-and-so. Call me back. I fall back to sleep. I kept crying in my sleep. I can't remember saying that. And then the next day, not much better. The third day, I made myself get up, and I'm like, I gotta call that guy back. And in the meantime, you do realize I'm recorded lines. Pete had to call him. Pete had to meet with him to give him his tainted stalking tapes, and he didn't arrest him. Dave had to call him. And for these comments, Vega had to get to him that the church people were stalking me, and he didn't arrest him the first day. Third day, I make myself get up. I'm sitting on the front porch. What's wrong with me? I have to call that guy back. I'm too scared to leave. They're here. That guy that tried to kidnap me, tried to carjack me, showed up and threatened to knife me. And the Pizza Hut lady got paid to watch me. That somebody impersonated me and cost me the job at Advanced America? Huh? They're here. And the 4 attempts on my life this last year has been that. And I'm too afraid to leave. So I go out and start mowing the lawn, and I have to call that guy back. And I thought of Sarah, where they told Sarah, her old manager and old co-worker, and Dave acknowledges on tape, that Sarah had said that Katie said that it was her church trying to kill me, and that they had a permanent plan to do away with me. I call Sarah. Of course I'll witness for you. So I go out and I get her card, put her number in it, make an excuse, go down to the mall. Her manager puts it in a locker. We go up to Apostolic Church of Barberton. Paul Patemer gets in Dave's face. My God, I had an FBI agent in my office. He's right there. How dare you bring the FBI up here with threats on her life? I walk off, women come up. He knows she's being drugged, beaten, raped. And he said he didn't care. I have bruises. I've been throwing up. My personal area is all swollen and infected. My heart sank in my stomach. Is that what's going on? I walk off and I sit down in the sanctuary. They come in and they say it again. They said if she was going to be faking she was sick and faking she got well, well, that family was grieving. He didn't care what they did to her. Dave comes in, let's go. Threatens my life on the way home, tries to hit me in the truck until I almost jumped on the highway, and when I got home I ran from him. Well, the next day I call him back, and I told him somebody on a recorded line told him, he called me a liar. It was him, verified by officers. Dave told Danny he talked to him, our son. Okay? I told him about the guy that threatened to knife me. Was there a camera above the bench? I said, well, I don't know, but he tried to kidnap me before. Terry let me tape her with her permission. He took my house manager's niece, and he killed Lori, my other co-worker's family member. He's a serial killer in this area. You know that, right? I told him I didn't know if there was a camera above the bench. You either say you're lying or I'll arrest you. He's like, he said, I told him I don't know. Well, say it or else. I'm like, I'll put you in jail. I'm like, fine, whatever. Then he made me beg for my life. And the guy in the background said, well, we could always use Pete's tapes before. And then starts talking about a shower scene in the other room. And I'm like, what's going on? He starts giggling. Stop, she don't know. Ha ha. It's not funny. He says something else about Pete. And I said, what's going on? And he said, stop it. She doesn't know. And he's like, give me a real reason why we should help you. I said, they're going to kill me. So? Well, it's his damn job. If he didn't want to help me, he should have called the marshals. They would have arrested these dumbass people the first day. I told him about my brother-in-law, Craig, that worked at the Pentagon and was a consultant for the FBI and da-da-da. He's like, fine, I'll list you informant. It comes with $5,000 a month. I opened the account today, and you'll have it from now on. And when you move out, you'll have that, and from now on for working this case, you'll have a life of peace as an informant. Nothing legally stated, dated against you again, and only for you, would we ever do this for. We'll always put it back to the traffic ticket, even when you tell. And you'll have that money to live on. And then he flip-flopped, so I'd be too scared to tell. What part you just acknowledged, Pete? Do you realize they would have Dave calling into the FBI, Pete calling into the FBI? Probably strange, because he was a kingpin. Thinks he is. He thought he was. And they would have all them talking to him before he talked to me. And he should have got me the hell out of here. That's where that lady said on a recorded line, we have an agent acknowledging what they knew they were doing to her before. And he didn't arrest her. Okay? That makes him an accessory. Strange has made up lies on other people, and the police taped it. The beginning of the case, Dave and I started going down to John's church. Well, back in the 1980s, there was this weird kid. His name was Dave White. He was one of those goofy, odd kids. But nice. You know what I mean? But just a little odd. Well, one day we go in there, and he said Dave White tried to kill himself. He blasphemed God. His family wants nothing to do with this church anymore, and they want their privacy. No one in this church is to ever call them. And he's blasphemed God, and he's tried to kill himself. I want everybody to come up front. We're all going to pray for him. So we all prayed for Dave, because he was a nice kid. He's just odd, and everybody felt sorry for him. Well, we started down to John's church in 2018. Up walks Dave White. Hi, I'm Dave White. It was like a deer in the headlight. It's like, my God, you're still alive. He said, I went to Strange in 19 da-da-da-da. Told him God laid it on my heart to switch churches. And I've been here ever since and never been so happy. Pastor lied on him. Pastor lied on him. We left that church. We called John. And we told him that lie. John's like, that's pretty crappy of him. He actually did it. Dave's like, I was in that service. I prayed for him. He told all of us not to call his family, to give him their space and respect, and that he had blasphemed God, and he tried to kill himself, and he just switched churches. He made up that big lie on him. He didn't like you, he'd lie his ass off on you. And the police recorded it. of knowing that he told vicious lies on other people. The FBI still owes me that money. I've told the Department of Justice, the NSA, the Inspector General. They opened a real case. Some guys were complaining in Samantha's. They opened the case so the police could keep an eye on her. And they said that regardless, for any reason they listed her informant, they have to pay her. Duh. They owe me all that money from the case. And my one friend used to be a Stark County prosecutor. It'd be illegal for the FBI to drop you. Once they list your informant, they can never drop you. They can move you to another witness protection program. But once the government agrees to protect you, they cannot unprotect you. It would be illegal for them to. Because they could hire someone else to kill you. It's the failure to protect. It's abuse and misconduct. And like the Tuscarora sheriff said, you can never tell anybody not to believe somebody and not to help them. You go to jail for that. It's like a life sentence. I'm going to upload this.